but you want to boycott the one player, looking right at you, Angel Reese and Asia Wilson, one player that has caused the revenue to go way up in the monetary values. That's what you want to do. You think you're helping these women?
A big divide is happening in the NBA world right now. On one side, A.A. Wilson and her supporters are reportedly asking fans to boycott Caitlin Clark's games. On the other, there are millions of new fans who Caitlin has brought to women's basketball, and they can't understand why anyone would want to bring down the rising star.
That's what they're mad about. 41 nationally televised games, and they are furious over it. I can't understand.
The league has never been more popular. WNBA games are selling out, ESPN is showing more women's basketball than ever, and social media is buzzing with excitement. Yet, instead of celebrating this growth, some players and their fans seem determined to push back. The real reason behind this boycott effort reveals an uncomfortable truth about fame, jealousy, and the future of women's sports.
The original fans, activist fans, that's what they are, all right? Just keeping it real. They don't like the fact that you want to watch these games. They don't like the fact that you are 3 or 4 times the amount of them.
Have you seen what's happening in the WNBA right now? There's a real divide forming among fans because Caitlin Clark is getting 41 nationally televised games this season, more than any other player in the league. The tension is building up, and it's causing unexpected rifts that no one saw coming. Right
here, Caitlin Clark in the Fever will have more nationally televised games than any NBA player this year. Sorry, LeBron. Sorry, Luka. Sorry, every other player in the league. Let's be honest. I've seen the NBA ratings. She's beaten most of them.
That's wild. Imagine being so mad about Caitlin Clark's popularity that you'd rather tank the league's numbers than just enjoy the game. If anything, Clark's attention is bringing more eyes to the WNBA, which helps everyone, players, teams, and even those same media voices pushing this boycott idea. Instead of gatekeeping, they should be capitalizing on the momentum she's bringing. If people really cared about the league's success, they wouldn't be plotting ways to sabotage its growth just because one player is getting a bigger spotlight.
So they're all mad right now, furious, and my goodness, guys, they're talking boycott. Oh, what? Oh, there's strength in numbers. There's tens of you. That's
Yeah, that's insane when you think about it. A WNBA rookie outshining every NBA player in national TV appearances. That's unheard of, but it shows how much Caitlin Clark is changing the game, literally. The WNBA has never had this kind of mainstream momentum, and like it or not, Clark is the driving force behind it. But you're right, this isn't just about airtime. It's about power. For years, the WNBA narrative has been controlled by insiders, media voices, and veteran players. Now, Clark's arrival is shaking up that entire dynamic. Suddenly, networks, sponsors, and new fans have a say in where the league is headed. And some people clearly don't like losing control of that conversation.
And yes, I understand. This is a very, very small minority. It is a very small minority of people, but it is a loud, vocal minority. And this is not the general public. This is not the general population.
The WNBA has always had a loyal fan base that stuck around even when the league struggled. But now millions of new fans, many drawn in by Caitlin Clark, are shaking things up. TV ratings, ticket sales, and sponsorships are soaring, but not everyone is happy. Some longtime fans feel like their league is being taken over by casuals who only care about one player. The tension is real, but the truth? This is exactly what the WNBA needed to grow. Change was inevitable, and not everyone is ready for it.
Talk about it out loud, maybe. That's a massive part. Straight white girl's a big part of it, too. I mean, it's out loud. It's out loud. It just came out of my mouth like that. Just easy peasy. So they're mad, and they are calling for boycotts.
The boycott talk exposes an uncomfortable truth. Some longtime WNBA fans would rather hurt the league than see Caitlin Clark thrive. They're willing to sacrifice growth just to make a point. Even WNBA media figures are calling it out, reminding everyone that this small vocal group doesn't represent the majority. Most fans just want to see the league grow, and Clark is making that happen, whether her critics like it or not.
The Slows are now planning to, quote, boycott Indiana Fever games to affect the viewership. They really think they matter in the big scheme of things.
This is classic gatekeeping, longtime fans feeling ownership over a niche space and resenting its sudden mainstream success. We've seen it before in music, gaming, and comics. Now it's happening in the WNBA. Instead of celebrating the league's growth, some are treating new fans as outsiders. But the truth is, Caitlin Clark isn't just bringing attention to herself. She's putting the entire WNBA on a bigger stage than ever before.
It's just mad. And what they have now trying to do is they are trying to boycott Indiana Fever games. I'm not joking when I say this. They are literally saying, boycott Indiana. We need to all boycott the Indiana Fever games so they don't get more national TV games. We don't get more national TV games next year.
Critics argue that the boycott is completely counterproductive. If fans deliberately tank viewership, they're not just hurting Caitlin Clark. They're potentially damaging the financial future of every player in the WNBA. Lower ratings could mean fewer sponsorships, smaller TV deals, and less investment in the league as a whole. In the end, this movement might not just backfire, it could have lasting consequences for women's basketball.
Cannot believe it. And again, this is a minority of people, but the problem is the idiotic minority somehow have a lot of them somehow have ins with WNBA players, WNBA teams and stuff. I cannot believe it.
When you follow the money in professional sports, it's clear how self-defeating this boycott really is. Before Caitlin Clark, WNBA games struggled to hit 200,000 viewers. Now they're pulling in over 1 million. That's a 5x increase, and it's not just a stat. It's life-changing money for every player in the league. Higher viewership means bigger TV deals, more sponsorships, and higher salaries. This boycott isn't just petty, it's financially destructive to the very league these fans claim to support.
Equivalent. I just can't believe it. But their reasoning for boycotting the Fever games, they're literally saying, we should illegally stream the games when the Fever play our team. And I'm like, one, you are not a big enough percentage of the population for it to have any effect.
Let me break it down. The WNBA doesn't just set player salaries on a whim. They're directly tied to media rights deals. These are the massive contracts networks like ESPN, ABC, and CBS pay to broadcast games. And what determines how much they're willing to pay? Viewership. More viewers mean higher ad revenue, which means networks will pay more for broadcasting rights. In simple terms, higher ratings lead to bigger paychecks for the players.
All that does is harm the players. No matter who you are, what team you are a fan of, if you want the players to make more money.
Right now, the WNBA is negotiating its next media rights deal, and this is the worst possible time for fans to push a boycott. Networks are seeing Caitlin Clark's impact, viewership is skyrocketing, and they're ready to pay more than ever before. These million-plus viewer games don't just benefit Clark, they're driving up the league's value, which could mean higher salaries for every player.
They're actively trying to ungrow the game. And it's madness. It's absolutely madness. They are threatening to boycott the Fever games. All 257 of them threatening to boycott Fever games like it makes any difference. These people are not fans of basketball. These people are actually not fans of the WNBA.
Think about this. Games featuring Caitlin Clark are drawing 5 to 10 times more viewers than the league's previous average. That means networks might be willing to pay 5 to 10 times more for broadcasting rights. This is exactly what the WNBA has been fighting for since day one, mainstream attention that leads to real money.
They just don't like Caitlin Clark. This is genuinely, it's nothing to do with basketball. And it's nothing to do with Caitlin Clark, the person. There's no rhyme or reason to it, because I don't think there is a harder person to dislike.
Here's where the boycott idea gets downright ironic. Many of the same fans calling for it have spent years demanding better pay for WNBA players. They've pushed for closing the salary gap between male and female athletes. But now that a player is actually bringing in the viewership that could make that happen, they want to tank the numbers. Make it make sense.
They just don't like Caitlin Clark. It's a personal thing. And they will literally these people, again, they're not fans of basketball, they're not fans of the WNBA, they're not fans of any teams. They just don't like Caitlin Clark.
What's especially frustrating is how short-sighted the boycott supporters are. They don't seem to realize that higher viewership creates a positive feedback loop for the entire league. More viewers mean more ticket sales, more jersey and merchandise purchases, and more companies wanting to sponsor teams and players. The entire economic ecosystem of women's basketball gets stronger, but only if people keep watching.
It's a situation where they move the goalpost. They'll always move the goalpost. You're seeing like prominent figures in the WNBA media-ish space. And the reason I say media-ish space is the Twitter trolls somehow interact with the damn actual media in a two-way conversations every day. It's mental.
Despite all the financial benefits Clark brings to the league, there's an uncomfortable truth. Would any other sports fans try to boycott their biggest star? Imagine NFL fans avoiding Patrick Mahomes games or NBA viewers refusing to watch LeBron. The double standard here isn't just shocking. It exposes a deeper issue with how success is received in women's sports.
Is it possible to boycott just one team's games? Like we all just illegally stream them if they're playing one of our teams? ? That's the plan. Okay, Deidre.
Let's be real, there's a wave of jealousy running through parts of the WNBA community that no one wants to admit. Some established media voices have openly expressed frustration over Clark's rapid rise, acting like it overshadows longtime players who built the league. This feeling is especially strong among older fans and media figures who see this sudden surge of attention as a threat rather than a win for the sport.
This is the heroes and legends among legends that don't even shiver the needle. That needle hadn't even shaken. It hadn't even accidentally, there ain't even been no accidental motion out of it. It's just like nothing. They want a boycott. Okay. Tell me how that works out.
The whole boycott idea is backwards. Caitlin Clark's rise brings massive attention to women's basketball, and that benefits every player in the league. We're seeing higher attendance, more merchandise sales, and sellout crowds across teams. This isn't just about one player stealing the spotlight. It's about the whole league growing and thriving.
And the reality is that in the world, in life, most people are decent people. Like, no matter what social media wants you to believe, most people are sound. Most people you meet are good people. It's just the minority of idiots are a very loud minority of idiots.
The surge in viewership we're seeing is exactly what women's sports have been working toward for years. WNBA executives and players are excited because this growth means better sponsorship deals and higher salaries for everyone. This moment isn't just about one player. It's a turning point for the entire league. Just like in women's soccer and tennis, increased visibility is elevating the whole sport. The WNBA renaissance has the potential to transform women's basketball into a global powerhouse. And now it's time for the fans to embrace that future.